All right. Well, uh, got the win and did some really good things. Obviously, I'm a little frustrated about some of the things that we didn't do well, but I think winning. I told the team winning's hard, and so you have to celebrate it. But I can't wait to get to work on finding ways to improve as a team. So I got to do a better job as head coach, making sure these guys play complete 60 minutes. But the guys didn't give up, and the grit, the determination is there. We should keep building on it. Um, so all three phases. But I'm just really pleased with us being able to get the win. Even at the end, I just felt like at the end we just gave up that touch. That last drive was frustrating. We put some reserve people in there, and that's their time to shine, and it wasn't good. So they didn't answer the call. Hopefully they get another opportunity, But a lot of those guys are one play away from being on the field, and we had some guys go down on defense, so we'll see how it looks for Jack and for Glasgow. But they didn't finish the game, and I was pleased with the guys that did come in and field for them. Ace Kafusi and Miles Hall and Max Alford and Ciale. They did a great job, especially with some of the stops that they were able to get. That fourth down, the goal line stand was awesome. We used two timeouts on it. I used two timeouts on it. It was important. I wanted to see our guys respond, and but then we still had the sour taste just of the last drive. So stuff to work on. I'm really excited about the win, though. We're 5-0, and but I'm really excited to get back to work and get better so we can play next week. But I saw a lot of growth, a lot of people, specifically our quarterback. For him to respond after some of the mistakes that were made speaks to his growth and his progression, and just the way that he's able to just think about the next play and not let things get him down. And he's usually right where you need him to be, never too high, never too low. And I'm glad that he was able to respond from some of the mistakes that happened. So, what questions do you guys have for me?
Kalani, Bear threw for a career high 351 yards. That was the most passing yards you guys had in a victory since joining the Big 12. Chase Roberts had a career high 161 yards. Parker Kingston had a career high 111 yards. I mean, you did have turnovers on offense, but what was going right in the passing game? What do you feel like was working right to get those kind of numbers and that kind of production tonight?
Well, I think A-Rod and Fessy and the entire offensive staff felt good about what they can do, throwing the ball. And we found some spots, but I've just got to get over the fact that he turned the ball over on an interception, and that was it was just I think it was a middle screen play. And I don't know if I like the call, but I know I don't like that he threw it right to him. So just got to keep working on it. But I do like his presence. I like his demeanor the entire game, even when things are going really well and when they're going really bad. I felt like he was in a really good spot. And then, overall, we just got to take care of the football. I mean, it's hard to put the defense in that position, and I think they had two drives right there in the within the 10-yard line. I can't remember the one was on the 4-yard line. The other one was, defense played well, but they made a lot of mistakes too. So but when you look at the numbers, and I thought they did a good job handling the run for the most part. It was a QB run that was kind of dangerous. We knew that was going to happen, but overall, it's just like spots defensively there were mistakes in different spots. It wasn't like one part wasn't doing good enough. There was a lot of different things that it was 1 out of the 11 that made a mistake, and they exposed it and made a play. But that's football. We just got to keep working on it. And then our kicker missed a field goal, and so he's human last week and human this week. I need him to go back to being superhuman, and I'm glad that he was able to get that kick through. And all those things that we can work on and improve on and make sure that we're better. I didn't like the turnovers. Were one thing, but it's like the discipline of the team got to be better. Too many penalties, and more than anything, the penalties that were like thoughtless, false starts that would just make the drive harder and stopped us from putting points on the board. And really difficult holding calls that when you're in the red zone. So that doesn't help us out either. So there's a lot of things that we can improve on. But with that being said, I thought West Virginia, you have to give them a lot of credit. Rich Rod's a really good coach, and he'll get these guys ready to play, and they won't ever quit. And so that was good for us to see that. And but I'm glad that we were able to get the win. I just want to win more comfortably when we can. You know what I mean? And I thought we had our opportunity to do that tonight, but you have to give them credit for making plays and for making it interesting. And I'm just glad that we got the W. So what else?
Do you have an update on Jack Kelly?
No, I mean it's actually I felt good about it because towards the end in the locker room he was actually feeling pretty good, and so we'll evaluate it tomorrow for him and Glasgow. But yeah, that's the game of football. Sometimes guys get banged up, and we'll see how banged up he is and if he can even go next week or not.
On Glasgow, they said it was precautionary on the TV broadcast. Was it more?
He wanted to keep playing, and I think there was an argument on the sideline, and I'm usually gonna go with the safe side and listen to the doctors and the trainers, but he did get in on the onside kick because I think he was Glasgow was Jack Kelly's backup, and so I mean we didn't have anybody else right there, so he had to go at that moment.
Coach, what was the genesis of the first play, the long pass? Why the long pass, the very first play?
Yeah, I want to do that all the time. That'd be great. I mean, if every time we pass the ball, if we can have a deep threat, we'll just do it. But I feel really good about Bear's ability to throw the ball, the deep ball, and the mid-range, and then even some of the checkdowns. I think he's really good at it. We just I think this is a really good step for him, but we just got to keep rolling and keep the guys humble and just keep them hungry.
It wasn't just the first pass, a lot of chunk plays for the offense relative to the prior weeks. How important is it for the offense to show that and provide?
Yeah, I thought that was really good, especially with the big play, big play production from them. We probably didn't see it enough, and it was more methodical. And so now we're getting some chunk yardage, and we just got to finish drives, So that's I thought we did, but I just want to impose our will and try to find ways to be more physical. But we'll keep working. I'm not upset about the win. I'm just like we're kind of tense a little bit. I want to be relaxed a little bit towards the end, and that wasn't a comfortable win. It was a good win, but not comfortable as much as I wanted it to be.
Take us through the decision on the Sam Vanderhart to go for him.
Yeah, K-pop gets it, and if people are going to try to block us and try to do different things, whether it's any of our kicking game or if K-pop sees something, I trust him. And it was there, and obviously he was right. I mean, it just got us a closer field goal, though. All that did was get us to kick a closer field goal when you want to turn those around into touchdowns.
Will missed another kick. You mentioned back-to-back weeks now. How did those misses impact your decision-making, whether or not you want to kick a field goal or a fake like that?
Kickers go through that sometimes. It's okay. I mean, we're spoiled because he made 25 kicks in a row. You know what I mean? And so, and he just happened to miss one last week, and miss one this week, but he made one. So he's back on the make train. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of trust in him, and we feel good about his ability. So, yeah, he kicked the ball well in kickoffs, and I feel good about Will altogether.
Kalani, on the pitch that was deflected and then they recovered at the 3.
Yeah, the fumble, yeah.
Are you okay with that play call, or do you think we were maybe getting a little too greedy there?
I mean, because it didn't go well, I hate it, but I mean, I had to watch the play again. I don't know if it was if he could have just been safe and just tuck it and run rather than pitch it, but you have to give West Virginia credit for making the play too, So I didn't like the response from the defense when that happened, but I do like the response from the offense. Once we got the ball back, we drove down and scored. So yeah, we just got to make things a lot easier. And then I think that fumble, the next fumble was it Jovessa? So we just had to take care of the football. I mean, that should never happen to us. The game is hard enough. We shouldn't be coughing the ball up. And then it's just like the unsettling feeling of seeing the ball on the ground a few times, even when it went out of bounds. Or I just don't like that. So that we got to go back to the fundamentals and taking care of the football from the beginning. Hand the ball to the ref and not let it just be on the ground.
2 offsides on the defense on 4th down. What do you attribute to the common thread on
I don't know. I have to see who it was on. Do you know who the second one was on? The first one I think was on Logan, the Tui, right? And they just got to line up better. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Just get back. We haven't seen it before, but on that drive on defense where we gave them another chance on 4th down after we stuffed them, and then that's after we got a late hit. I think it was Keanu that did that. It's like, come on, this is we're way more disciplined than that as a team. We're way better than that. So It made the theatrics and the drama all interesting, especially when we got the stop. But we shouldn't make things harder on ourselves, and we've got to play smarter as a football team. That's my job. I got to get these guys to be more disciplined and have better if we talk about football, football IQ.
Last question.
What can you do to get this team back to playing for a full 60 minutes?
Yeah, we'll get it back. I mean, that's fine. Not a lot of people are playing a full 60 minutes. I'm asking for the impossible for some parts, but I'm always going to be like that. You're talking to me about I'm complaining about winning a game by 2 scores. I want to get better. So let's not all get too comfortable and get too spoiled that our kicker missed a field goal, that made 25 in a row, and that our defense is giving up some big yards on backup players, things like that. So we know what the problems are. We'll fix it and we'll get back to work. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you.